Hey there, I'm Irene with Get Sleep TV, where you're going to learn more on having healthy children, happy parents, and harmonious homes when you get sleep-filled nights. This week's sleep tip, we're talking about what time is bedtime. And I'm going to help you figure out that just right bedtime in your home. And I'll share all the benefits of those early bedtimes too. Now, if you ever have a sleep question or concern, don't feel like you have to wait it out alone. Let's hop on the phone and talk about it, and you'll see a link to my calendar below. So let's try and work and figure out that just right bedtime in your house. So here is your sleep tweet, and I want you to tweet it out to your tired friends, and this is a biggie, because most people don't really realize this. Children are actually asleep more than they're awake during the first 2 years of their life. So that means that they're going to need to get to sleep a little bit earlier than you and I might normally expect. And you might be wondering, well, then what time is bedtime? And that's going to depend on what time your child is actually waking up. Because most children will naturally be waking up somewhere between 6 and 7:30 in the morning. And I know you're saying, Irene, I know it's 6 o'clock. It's pretty early. But really, following our child's wake time can help establish those healthy sleep habits. And based on what time they're naturally waking from the evening, you're going to want to use the sleep chart below and figure out that just right bedtime by looking at how many hours of sleep they need. And most children, after about 6 months of age until somewhere between age 5 and 6, are going to need about 11 hours of sleep. So let's look at that as a possibility of like what time is bedtime. So if you're like my boys and they wake up at 6:30 in the morning and they need 11 hours of sleep, that would mean that they need to be asleep by 7:30, which means that we have to make sure we leave plenty of time for a nice, loving, connected bedtime routine. And I know I hear it quite a bit. I just got home from work. I didn't get to spend time with my child. I want you to kind of flip your mindset and think about it this way. Make the wakeful time with your little one count. Use the time you do have to connect and play, and maybe check the mail and unwind after your child has gone to sleep. I help families figure out how to have that quality time so everyone is getting their love tanks filled during the day, during wakeful times when baby is happy, and you're happy because you don't have a crying, overtired baby. And so when we can figure that out and we have those great, loving, and connected times, our babies are going to get the quality of sleep they need, and they're going to get those sleep-filled nights again. So see, what ends up happening for your baby is there is actually a deep pressure for sleep. And the sleepy hormone of melatonin begins being produced in your body, in your child's body, which means that they're probably getting tired and feeling ready to go to sleep. And that's what we call is that sleep window. And so when we can catch their sleep window, we know that our child's ready to go to sleep. But if we miss that sleep window and we don't honor it, that's sometimes when our child gets that second wind, and it's when the cortisol is kicking in their body, and it's causing them to get wound up and more overstimulated and actually more overtired, which means that now our child won't be sleeping as restfully at night, and they could wake up more frequently, and they might even start waking up before 6 in the morning. So this short season of early bedtimes can be a little bit challenging for some families, but it has so many wonderful benefits. When your baby is getting the right amount of sleep, it's going to help your baby grow and develop well. You're going to have great nights of sleep, and it's going to help naps fall into place. And if your baby is not napping well during the day, then an earlier bedtime is almost the best way to get caught up on sleep so that your baby does not become overtired. when our children are getting the right amount of sleep, they're also going to feel their best and feel regulated. And the beautiful thing is that not only are we establishing healthy sleep habits with early bedtimes, but we're also going to be establishing a healthy marriage where mom and dad might have some time to spend together or spend alone and debrief from the day. And, sometimes after a long day, even for moms who are staying home with baby, they're done. They need a break. And so the earlier bedtime doesn't drag out the night and make it an all-night event. And moms and dads don't have to do it all for the child, because the child can actually learn to put themselves to bed, and you can enjoy some quiet time and actually maybe even get out for a guy's night or a much needed girls' night and connect with friends. So all of these great benefits make early bedtimes completely worth it. And this can be a hard shift for families, and I completely understand. I was there for way too long with too late of a bedtime, which ended up causing me over 3.5 years of sleep deprivation with my son and for our family. So, what time is bedtime in your home? Leave it down below in the comments. And thanks so much for tuning in to Get Sleep TV. Night, night.